In this video I'm going to be showing you how to turn your Supermoto into an off-road ready enduro bike. With a few swaps and a few changes, this road spec Supermoto is going to be ready to hit the trail. So here we are, made the transition to the enduro. This is in pretty much full enduro spec now, bar a few things which I'll let you know about. So obviously the main thing is the wheels, swapped to the enduro wheels. Obviously you're going to need a pair for your bike. Second kind of thing is swapping the plastics. So I've gone to these enduro plastics now. They're a bit more rough and tough. I don't mind them getting scratched, that's the main thing. If you've got some really nice Supermoto fairings and then you go and scratch them up when you fall off, which you probably will if you're doing enduro. I've got this belly pan on here. Really important if you're going to do some enduro, because obviously stones, roots, if the bike gets grounded or something in a rut, this is going to protect the bottom of your engine and the belly of the bike really. So that's a nice tough, this is an aftermarket one, it's a CRD accessories. Another crucial thing if you're swapping your Supermoto to an enduro for the first time is filing down any sharp pieces. So here on my gear shifter, this used to be quite sharp, so I filed that off because if you come off and this bends in, it's a spike really to smash into the engine casing, and then instead of a snapped gear lever you've got a big hole in your engine casing, and that's bad news. Another important thing, in my opinion, this is going to sound quite hypocritical because I haven't got them on, they're on the floor, is hand guards. I've recently bought this bike and I don't like these hand guards, and I can't fit them on either. I think I need different levers on, but I am going to get some. But for you, when you go out, some hand guards that sit on there, and then if you drop to the bike to the side, you don't snap your brake or clutch lever, hopefully, because if you snap your brake lever then you're in a bad place for riding. On your bike, if you want, you can take the indicators off. If you've got stock ones, I'd probably recommend it. If you come down, they don't snap. I've got these bendy ones on here, so I have come up on these before and they just bend all the way down and just pop out of place, so they don't snap. I have got a proper enduro tailpiece. This is the Supermoto style one, but it's a real pain swapping it over, and I don't really need to because my setup works. Another useful or important thing to know is number plates. I had a normal number plate on and I came off and it snapped, which is obviously an issue with legality, so I've got this bendy one now, bend it in all sorts of directions. It's not going to snap when you come off. Another thing to note and take into account is that if you have got a purely Supermoto bike rather than a dual crosser like mine, think about your suspension setup, because if it is a road Supermoto, then the suspension is going to be much stiffer set up for the road, and when you get on bumps and on trails, then you don't want it to buck you off or just bottom out and end up breaking. Suspension adjustment is a dark art really, and you need to know your bike and how your bike works with adjustments. One thing I will say is make it a bit softer, however you do that on your bike, because if you've got a purely road suspension setup and you go on a trail with it and hit some big bumps, then you're going to get bucked off or it might bottom out. An important thing to be aware of when you swap to the bigger motocross wheels is that your speedo drive, which is this piece here, which measures your speed and lets your speedo know how fast you're going, will be calibrated for 17-inch rims, and you've obviously just got bigger ones, so it's going to give an inaccurate reading. So a recap of what I've done: I swapped the Supermoto wheels for the slightly larger motocross style enduro wheels. I've filed down any sharp bits on the gear shifter and on the brake lever. I've swapped the plastics from Supermoto plastics to enduro ones that I don't mind getting a bit scraped up. I've taken the mirrors off. I'd highly recommend hand guards. I am going to get some hand guards, I just can't fit the ones on I've got at the moment. I've got a bendy number plate. Consider taking the indicators off or getting some some flexible ones. I've softened the suspension up so that I've got a bit more travel and a bit more play when I'm on the trails. And finally, I've got that belly pan on there so that if I hit any stones or any roots, that's going to give me some protection on my engine casing.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.